Taco Tuesday has come and gone. The remains of the salad. What a day. Election day. The Epic Beard had Dave vote. The Epic Beard and Dave both voted. But we only voted once. We did our civic duty. So hey, what's up, man? It's Taco Tuesday. We'd thought the Epic Beard and Dave would do one at the end of the day, after a long day. Hopefully we will. We're gonna go home and we're gonna watch the election returns because we've been avoiding it all day. But you know, it's Tuesday and it's tacos, so we have to honor and respect the holy taco. It is, above all, taco's gift to man. And oh God, I should learn to keep a better straight face when I'm talking this kind of crap. Anyways, we voted. Everybody's voting. We're still voting. We got a couple hours left, or an hour or so left. Who's popping in and out? I wish I knew. You can stay and make a comment, say hello and say hi. I can't tell who it is by the little dot. It may be Barbara, but you know, Taco Tuesday, y'all. Y'all, it's Taco Tuesday. So man, it's fun today. What a day, what a day, what a day. What a day, democracy in action. The Republic stands, still. And God willing, the Republic will stand much longer. God bless our country and help it. You know, it needs help. It really needs help. I think our youth is lost. But you know, if you go back through history, you'll find out, you know, these older generation types like myself have been saying stuff like that for eons. You know, that old, hey, that swing music, you know, that Benny Goodman or whatever, he's the devil. He's going to drive our youth to craziness and the reefer to madness. And with that jazz, I can't believe the fate of the racial world because of jazz. Well, you know, jazz didn't hurt us, and swing really didn't hurt us. I actually kind of like swing music, you know, to be honest with you. And that kind of hip-hop stuff or whatever in those days, big band era. And I liked my rock and roll. And I'd say musically I stay pretty current. I try to stay as current as possible with what modern trends are and whether I like them or not. Hello again. Whether I know what they are or what, you know, I don't have to like a lot of it, and I kind of don't. Not a big fan of rap or hip-hop. I don't like country music, especially modern country music. It's just dumb. You can keep your Britney Spears and your Miley Cyruses and even your Katy Perrys and Andrea Grande or whatever her name is, you know, Selena Gomez. Just dumb. I don't like it. Do you want to mark? Okay, let's tag Mark. Your tag, Mark. You give me Bob Dylan and Bruno Mars. You know what the hell? Coldplay. Some of the other more modern bands that were last to be creative bands and that play instruments on stage with people. And of course, you know, if you know me at all, if you follow if you get stuck with some of my posts or whatever, you know I'm a big Frank Zappa fan. You know, the guy was just purely an American musical genius. But hey, that's me. You know, that's who I is. So, but yeah, big news. Well, it's not big news. The big news is the election, and I'm going to be catching up with where it's at now. I want to see. Well, it's 6. It's after 6 here, so it should. Many of the polls on the East Coast should be closed, and they should be calling some of those races, especially on the federal level, and even on their state levels. I'd like to see the results of that. I'd like to see if the red wave is sweeping across the nation. Of course, there's some states and some areas where there's going to be the red trickle, and maybe some influence on that. I mean, here, let's face it, here in California, we had a chance to flip a Senate seat, and a beautiful chance this time, because I don't think Feinstein is doing very well, period, especially after the Kavanaugh thing. And but her opponent was just another Democrat, so what's the point, you know? It's the same political party view, and it's the same mantra, and just a different name. It's going to be a new monster, as far as I'm concerned. We don't have a choice. Really, here, we don't have a choice. Because the voters decided that, oh, well, they were convinced that to save money, they would revamp the primary system, and the primary system has skewed itself to what California politicians wanted. It's like when redistricting, and letting some people redistrict, and they move they arrange their district to where they will always be reelected, or at least a member of their party will be reelected in that district when they decide to retire. And don't get me going about career politicians, but California did try here a while back. I did try to do something. I don't know how well it worked, but I consider myself a constitutionalist, and I believe in the Constitution. Originally, I don't know if it's changed, but originally it was written that for every 35,000 people, there will be a seat guaranteed in the House, and that is in each state. So if I live in a state where there's 70,000 people or 75,000 people, 80,000 people, I have 2 seats. Now, what happens to the overage, I don't know, or how they divide that. But I guess the number is the minimum. And how you can divide it, you take the state population and you divide it in 35, and you figure out how many you can have, and if, whatever amount is left over is just blended into existing districts. And every state is guaranteed 2 senators. So that's why in the U.S. Senate we have this nice big fat even number of 100, and we have 400 and some seats in the House. And like right now in California, electoral votes are based on that. You get one for each senator and one for every member of the House you have. And so California has a total of 55 electoral votes. I think it's the most in any state. And it also, in a way, when you think about it, hello, Bernice. How's everything in England? Say hello, please. Please say hello. Anyways, there you went. In every state is guaranteed 3 electoral votes rather than just 1, And so, because there are states that have only 1 seat in the House. 1. Think about that. The entire state, like the state of Montana or Wyoming or one of those, has a single seat because there's 35,000 or just over 35,000. I don't know what they would do if there were 40 or 50,000 people in Montana, would that only mean that they get one, or would they, because they don't reach the magic number of 35 for seat, so until the population grows to 70, then they only get one seat, but that's how it all works, and personally, I like a nice mix. That's just me. So many independents, so many libertarians, and then a generous dosing of Democrats and Republicans. And if these people were true to their oath, true to the intention of the Constitution, hello. And we have visitors coming to the restaurant. If they're all true to this, then their main, whatever party they belong to, they are completely dedicated to serving the needs and the wants of the citizens of their state and towns and whatnot. And that means, not so much partisan politics as provincial or local politics, and which to me, I believe, a goodly number of senators and congressmen have diverted from. So, anyways, we just wanted to do a quickie. I always liked a quickie. Nothing wrong with quickies. They break up the day. They're fun. They're a momentary respite of the madness around us. You know what I mean? Chili bean. Anyways, thank you. I got to admit, I'm in very good spirit today because of democracy in play. We want to stay away from Bernie Sanders and social democrats. I don't believe in social democracy. I think it's a buzzword, or democratic socialism. I think it's a buzzword that's created to spruce up a tired, failing form of not just governance, but of economic strategy. And socialism, though it is an economic policy and an economic strategy, it's a failure. It's killed a lot of people. I mean, let's face it, they're dying left and right. In Venezuela, they're trying to run to the border, and some of the countries around them are going, whoa, whoa, whoa. And then there's other states that are ready to fall or could fall or are suffering because of the years of some years spent under social democracy that, or what they call social democracy, under socialism, that didn't make it. I mean, I've got a debate with some meathead that she thinks that Venezuela is not democratic socialism. It's a republic because of the number of counties in it. Well, dude or lady, you couldn't be further from the mark. Chavez came in on the platform of socialism and social democracy, or democratic socialism, and Maduro runs on it. Of course, at this point, because of the wonderful stylings and workings of Chavez, because let's put it this way, you can say what you want about his democratic ways, but the first thing he did, which is a socialist move, is he nationalized the oil companies and many other things, and he took federal control of them under the government, or the main government of the country, and they've been losing money ever since, and then people have been dying, and of course, naturally, things like that begin to work, do work because you have maybe money in the bank, or you have money in your treasury, and you can start to raise taxes a little bit, and it doesn't seem to be bad, and then all of a sudden you hit it hits a nexus or a flashpoint, and it starts to affect the economy overall. And it's, of course, always ask yourself, if the government runs the DMV, how well can they run an oil company and the power and farming and everything else? I mean, Chavez started it. He began to confiscate some stuff, and now Maduro is confiscating the remaining private property and businesses and nationalizing them, and the whole place is just a turlet. So, God bless you. And I don't think so many people want it so bad. It's that whole well, it wasn't a pride right. Well, god damn, how many times do you have to stick your finger in the different ways you got to stick your finger in the light socket to realize it don't work? I think Einstein said it best. To continue an action or do something with this, hoping for different results, is insanity. I mean, it's got to be insane. So, anyways, I want to thank you all for whoever appeared. Bernice, it was glad to see you and glad you could pop in. I wish you could have watched more and said something. I believe others. So, hey, have a nice election day. Good night.